Hey everyone! Now we are going to focus on rigging our character using layer parenting. We've done this before using our snowman character, but our current rig is a little bit more complicated. So let's get going. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look up at our timeline and see which layers we have. We have a body layer and we have a template layer. We don't need this template layer, so we're just going to hit that trash can and delete it. The next thing is that in order to parent our layers together, we need more than one layer. So we're going to select the body layer with a left click on the word body on the layer title. Or you can use your selection tool to draw a big old selection rectangle around all of the pieces. We're going to right click and distribute to layers. And upon doing so, you will see that we have 17 layers. Each individual symbol is now on its own layer. We also have layer 17. You can delete that. We don't need it. And depending on the version of Adobe Animate that you are using, you may still have the body layer, and if you have that body layer, you can delete that as well. Alright, so I have a lot of layers. I have 16 of them, in fact, one for each symbol. And we could just get started parenting all of these, but I personally think that this is a lot of layers to look at one time, especially since so many of them have very similar looking names. So what I like to do is I like to sort as many of them into folders as I can. So up here in between the new layers and the trash can, there is a folder button. We're going to press that 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Close my magnifier. And we are going to sort 12 of these into these 4 folders. We're going to have one folder for the left arm, one for the right arm, left leg, and right leg. So we're going to name these appropriately. We're going to start with left underscore arm, right underscore arm, left underscore leg, and right underscore leg. Now I've got these 4 folders here. They are all currently open. If you look at their little folder symbols, you can see that they're all open. I can close them by clicking these arrows here so they all face to the right. I'm going to open my left arm folder, which you can see is empty, as when I open it, nothing shows up. And I'm going to find the 3 layers that I want to put in my left arm folder, the 3 pieces that make up my left arm here, which is hand left, hold down Control to select multiple, lower arm left, upper arm left. I'm going to release Control, click, and drag all of these up into my left arm folder. And I'm going to do the same thing with my right arm. Going to find hand right, lower arm right, upper arm right, and place those into my right arm folder, which is closed. So if I open it, we can see hand right, lower arm right, upper arm right. And as we select these layers, you'll see that the symbol gets selected on the stage, so you know that you've got the right pieces. And we're just going to keep going here. Foot left, lower leg left, upper leg left, into left leg, and foot right, lower leg right, upper leg right, into right leg. And now I have all 12 of these symbols placed into their appropriate folders. And now I can close those folders so I do not have to see all those layers when I do not need them. This will allow me to make my timeline a little bit bigger so that I can see what is on my stage a little better. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sort our remaining 4 layers so that they are in the correct order. I can already tell just by looking, head, neck, torso, and hips are not in the correct layer. The head should be at the top because it needs to be overlapping everything else. The neck should be under the head, and the torso should be above the hips. Head, neck, torso, hips. Just like the order they are on the screen here. All right, so to start off, let's start parenting some simple pieces. So let's just parent these 3 pieces here. We're going to go up between the camera button and the invoke layer depth panel button to this little guy here that looks like a family tree. We're going to click that to open our parenting view, and we're going to parent head, neck, and torso together. We're not going to touch the hips right now. We're just going to parent head, neck, and torso together. So as is traditional, we are going to start with our child and go to our parent. So head to neck and neck to torso. And we get this pattern here that looks like a stair step that goes off to the right. And if we look, we have head, neck, and torso. This is our layer hierarchy, or our order of layers, head, neck, and torso. And then our parenting hierarchy actually goes torso, neck, and head. So our layer hierarchy and our parenting hierarchy are reversed. So this is the direction that we want our parenting hierarchy to go in. And what you will see is that this pattern is going to follow through all the rest of these layers as well. So let us open our left arm. I'll go ahead and zoom in so we can see what we're doing here. So we've got hand left, lower arm left, and upper arm left. In order to move this arm the way that I want to move it, I need to be able to move this piece in order to move this piece in order to move this piece. So I'm going to start. Upper arm is going to be my highest parent. I'm going to start with my hand, hand to lower arm to upper arm. And you will see that same stair step pattern there. And now, when I use my free transform tool to rotate, you will see that this arm rotates from the shoulder and from the elbow and from the wrist. All right, so I'll put these back into their general positions. Okay, and in order to get this arm to move when the torso moves, I'm going to need to go ahead and parent that arm to my torso. So I need to parent the whole arm to the torso. So I need to find the highest parent on the hierarchy, which is my upper arm, and parent that to my torso. An easier way to think about it is, where does the arm connect to the torso? It connects at the shoulder, which is part of the upper arm, so you're going to connect the upper arm to the torso. So now when I move my torso, my arm moves with it. And that is basically it for doing the upper part of the body. We're going to go ahead and do the other arm real quick. Hand to lower, lower to upper, and upper down to torso. And now when I move my torso, all of the upper body will move with it. Okay. Now let's think about the lower pieces. We are still going to get the same stair-step pattern when we do our legs. So let's do that real quick. We're going to do it in the same pattern. So it's going to be foot to lower to upper, foot, lower, upper, and foot, lower, upper. And this time we want to connect our upper legs to our hips. So we're going to take our upper legs and parent those to the hips. Now if I close all of these folders, you can't see what they're parented to anymore, but if I leave them all open and we take a look here, you will see that these are all nicely parented together. And now if I move this, all of that moves with it. And if I move this, all of that moves with it. And I can now go through and move individual pieces and their child pieces, or the pieces that are connected to them, will move with them. And that is it for parenting together your parent rig.